My name is Scott Boslevich.
On Wild Things Show,
We made our pulled venison today with barbecue sauce.
If you are like me and only have a few good wild game recipes, this show is for you.
Today we're going to be making a recipe that's really similar to pulled beef, except that we're going to use a top roast of venison today. And the first thing I'm going to do is I quick thawed it in a little bit of lukewarm water. It only took about 15-20 minutes to completely thaw. So don't leave it in there too long. You want to make sure that your water's not too hot either, otherwise it'll discolor the meat. And what we're going to do first is it has a little bit of silver skin left on from the butcher. We're just going to clean that up so that we don't have any tough meat. And it's really easy. You just take a knife and you cut underneath the silver skin and cut it off. That would make your meat real chewy. And we don't want anything chewy in our thing. We want it nice and tender. Because what we're going to do is we're going to make a barbecue sauce, and we're going to put a little bit of beer in it. And then we're going to slow cook this for like 10 hours at 300 degrees, just so it slowly simmers in the barbecue sauce, and it'll get real nice and tender. And it'll just pull apart just like you would pulled beef or pulled pork. I'm just taking all that silver skin off. I don't want to take any chances having it be tough. I'm going to set that in the pan. First thing we're going to need is a little bit of onion. And all you have to do is kind of rough cut it, because it's just going to add some flavor to your meat. I like to put it underneath the steak too, so that it's not sitting directly on the bottom of the pan. We'll start off with a cup and a half of vinegar. So we got a half a cup, and a half. Now we're going to go with a half a cup of ketchup. Make sure you get it all in there. There we go. Alright, then we're going to go with 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. A couple shakes of Worcestershire. And then to give it a little bit of heat, we have some habanero sauce. We're going to put just a little bit of heat in there. Like so. I need a tablespoon of salt, a tablespoon of black pepper for making our barbecue sauce, a quarter cup of yellow mustard. So we use for a little bit more flavor, we'll put a little bit of chipotle powder in it. You have to remember when this is cooking in the oven, it's gonna tenderize our meat, the vinegar in there. The beer is gonna flavor it, and it should thicken up a little bit with the ketchup in there. It's gonna be wonderful. We're just gonna cover it with tin foil. That's our oven signaling it's up to temperature. We'll put it in. We'll check it in about 3.5 hours. It could take up to 10 hours to make it real tender, depending on your oven and how accurate your temperature is. I like to do it at a nice 300 degrees so it's nice and slow and it doesn't shrink up the meat a lot. And it's going to make wonderful pulled venison. We had it in the oven. We cooked it for 10 hours at 300 degrees in the barbecue sauce. I'll be pulling it out now. There we go. And just grab it out of there. Oh, it's nice and tender. Put it in something that you can shred it with. We're going to use 2 forks. And it should pull apart real easy. What we're doing here is we're just pulling it apart, make sure there's no chunks of anything that's hard or grizzle or silver skin that was left on. Because pretty much you can use any of the cuts of meat that you have from the deer to make this. The more tender, obviously, the less time that it's going to take to cook. The tougher it is, the longer it's going to take to cook. But we have it completely poached now. It's ready to go. We're going to just put some barbecue sauce on it and make sandwiches. Put a little bit of your favorite barbecue sauce on. I use a little bit of store-bought stuff today. Sometimes I make my own. There, it's nice and wet. Oh, this is going to be wonderful. Grab a bun. Look at that. You can top that with a little bit of coleslaw or pickles or cheese. Whatever your taste is, it's going to be wonderful. You can serve this with potato salad, French fries, or onion rings. I'm Scott Boslevich, and I'm bringing this to you today.
Become a wild game cooking master by watching our professional chefs show us how to prepare outstanding wild game meals, desserts, and side dishes. Thanks for watching the Wild Things Show, Cooking Wild Game. This is Rich McNutt. Enjoy.